You are listening to Skin, Earth, Vitality, the podcast where ancient wisdom meets modern vitality. If you are seeking to reconnect with your innate vibrancy, you're in the right place. I'm Emily Davis, a seasoned holistic esthetician and herbalist. Join me as we unlock the secrets of ancient skincare practices, explore the beauty of seasonal and nature-based living, herbalism, and true holistic well-being for you and the broader ecosystem. This podcast is brought to you by Stratum Aesthetics. Head to stratumaesthetics.com to find curated skincare, body care, and other wellness products hand-selected by me. Now enjoy the show. Facial massage is hands down one of the most powerful things that you can do for your skin. It sculpts, it lifts, it improves your skin's texture and tone, but more than that, it changes the way that you experience your own face. And so today I want to dive into what makes this practice so special and why it's definitely worth making it a part of your daily routine. But I also want to talk today about the way that it's being talked about in some spaces on the internet in ways that I think are a little counterintuitive, I guess you could say, to the practice, or at the very least, missing the deeper essence of what makes face massage so powerful. I would say in some spaces it's being presented in a way that feels more like, I guess, a quick fix technique or a form of control than a practice of care and connection. It's presented as something that we have to do in order to stay looking a certain way rather than something that we get to do to support our skin's health and its vitality. And honestly, that kind of messaging just adds this whole other layer of pressure. Another thing women are supposed to perfect about themselves in order to be quote unquote worthy. And there's definitely no wrong way to approach it. But I think there's something being lost when the focus is purely on sculpting or reversing signs of aging, rather than what this practice can actually do for your skin and your nervous system and the relationship you have with your own face. Face massage does not have to be about fixing, reversing, keeping up. It can be about returning to yourself, softening into your own skin, and actually enjoying your face, not just trying to manage your face. So let's get into what this practice can offer when we approach it with curiosity and intention and connection instead of pressure and perfectionism. I love face massage. I love it before bed. It's a perfect bridge for me from the doing into the being. Nighttime wind down is one of my favorite things ever. I love having this little retreat for myself every night. Some nights I for sure watch TV and I don't get a lot of self-care in, but most nights I treat it like this is your luxury time to do spa stuff. And I definitely have a lot of time privilege to do this, and I fully acknowledge that. I know that that's not something everyone can do at every stage in their life, but it's just like, for me, I really need this after caring for others all day long. And if you're in the service industry, if you're a mom, you probably get it. Okay, so bedtime, like I said, is a big deal for me. And sometimes it's really hard to go from high stimulation situations of I'm working or I'm watching TV or I'm scrolling, then trying to be calm all of the sudden and focused at bedtime for if I want to do a meditation or if I want to do legs up the wall in silence or journal or read. And so one of the bridges that I like to incorporate is face massage. The other one is a hot shower. So pro tip, you can do the hot shower and then face massage after. I have a little vanity in my bedroom that I have set up with a chair and a mirror, and my tools and my oils are all set up there. That's just where they live. And so I clean my skin, brush my teeth, do all the things I need to do for bed before sitting down here. I dim the lights, I light a beeswax candle, put on a little calming music, and I just start massaging. Obviously, I'm professionally trained, so there's a rhyme and a reason to what I'm doing, but you can just move intuitively. Or I teach an online massage course that teaches you everything you need to know, which I will link in the show notes. But if you don't want to join the course, no problem. Moving intuitively with your skin, watching online tutorials, and then mimicking that, all of this is valid. And if you're moving from a place of love rather than a place of abuse, you're most likely going to do it right. So I spend anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes massaging my face. Sometimes I'll do a face steam first if I have time and want to be extra. So this is like some herbs in a bowl, and I pour hot water over it and cover with a towel and sit for like 5 minutes. You can do rose, chamomile, lavender. I love thyme in a steam if you have acne. And then I'll follow this with my massage. And if it's an at-home spa night, I'll put on the Lavish mask from Blissoma as a sleep mask, just a thin layer. This is the most nourishing mask ever. You can leave it on overnight and wake up with the most hydrated, plump skin ever. But most nights it's just a cleanse and massage and then bed. And I cannot tell you what this has done for my mental health. We are used to seeing our faces, but rarely do we take the time to feel them. Most of our interaction with our own face is through a mirror. So when we're looking in the mirror, we're analyzing, critiquing, looking for what we want to change. But touch actually bypasses that mental filter. This is like an intentional, non-judgmental touch. And I so believe that it's a way of coming home to yourself rather than constantly analyzing yourself. And what I mean by coming home to yourself is like remembering who you were when you were 13 years old, like having a moment with that inner 13-year-old and just like loving her and loving who you are now. And all of the other versions of you are all there. And it's like you are in union with yourself. This isn't just a physical technique. It's energetic and an emotional practice. And it shifts your whole relationship that you have with your face. The face is where we carry so much of the weight of being seen. It's the first thing people notice about us, the thing we use to communicate, to express. We instinctively tighten our jaw when we're holding back words, or we lift our brows in surprise or social politeness. Maybe we spend a lot of time forcing a smile at work. We press our lips together when we're uncertain or we're hesitant. And it's not something that we really think about a lot. Our face is just there and we can't see it unless we're looking in a mirror. So it's not something that we spend a lot of time thinking about for whatever reason. But there is so much happening every day with our face and our emotions. And in the evening, massage lets you unwind that effort. It's a softening of the energy of performance and a return to something more fluid or more intuitive. And then, of course, we have all these like amazing physical benefits. We have an increase in blood circulation and oxygenation, where we're delivering oxygen and nutrients to the skin, which helps improve our skin's cellular function. And this is going to translate to breakouts healing more healthfully, or our skin just looking more glowy and vibrant and alive. Lymphatic drainage is actually a manipulation, I guess you could say, rather than a massage. But when we are massaging, we also are getting the benefits of lymphatic drainage, whether it be from doing the manipulations or whether it being a domino effect after reducing muscular tension, which is the next point. So with facial massage, we're able to release muscle tension in the face and tension patterns, which is tension from repetitive expressions and stress and posture. So releasing this with massage can help to naturally lift and sculpt and prevent deep lines and improve mobility in the muscles beneath the skin. And then we're also getting collagen stimulation because massage activates fibroblast cells, which are the cells that trigger collagen and elastin production. So this is going to improve our skin's resilience and reduce fine lines and maintain firmness over time and overall health and integrity of our skin. And I love these physical benefits. It's like magic. It is everything we wish we could get from a serum, but instead are actually free and totally accessible to everyone. And it feels like such a shame that the way that some, I guess, influencers, facial massage influencers talk about it feels like the equivalent of a fitness influencer who only talks about losing weight rather than the deeper benefits of fitness and movement and strength, like longevity and vitality, all the things. I just feel like it's so reductionist and it flattens something that's so deeply nourishing and multidimensional into a mere tool for superficial change. So just like fitness should be about feeling strong and capable and alive, not just about shrinking yourself, face massage should be about supporting your skin's vitality and health and radiance, and not just about lifting and snatching your face. And these influencers aren't wrong about face massage working. It's that they're positioning it in a way that feeds the same beauty anxieties as Botox does, just with a quote unquote natural label. I feel like we're in this moment where everyone just collectively realized like, oh, Botox may not be the best idea. So now the solution is to take that exact same beauty standard and the same obsession with looking frozen and lifted and poreless and just make it natural. Like instead of injecting toxins, let's massage our way into this same rigid, impossible ideal. It's the same game, different tools. And I actually try to never talk about face massage as an alternative to Botox because it is not that. I think of it as an antidote to Botox because Botox creates stagnation where massage encourages flow. I think if you're expecting face massage to be a natural Botox, you're probably going to be disappointed. It is not going to freeze your face. I think that's a good thing. Freezing your face creates a whole list of issues with skin health, which I promise I have it on my list to do a whole episode about this soon. But when we're talking about face massage in this way, it's stripping its feminine essence, its softness, its sensuality, its connection to deeper health. And when I talk about facial massage as a quote unquote feminine practice, I don't mean this in a gendered way. This isn't about men versus women. It's definitely not about who should or shouldn't engage in this work. Anyone with a face can benefit from this. I'm talking more about energetic principles that exist in all of us. Feminine energy is about a softness, receptivity, fluidity, intuition, whereas masculine energy, which not that masculine energy is bad at all. We need that masculine energy, but masculine energy is about structure and action and control, force. Both exist in every person. They both dance together beautifully. The problem is that in the world we live in, we've been taught to value the masculine, the doing, the fixing, controlling, while somewhat dismissing the feminine, the listening, surrendering, feeling. And facial massage to me is about bringing that back into balance. It's not about forcing the face into submission or erasing every line or sculpting yourself into something new. It's about working with your skin. And I think that's something that anyone with a face, like I said, can connect with. So going back to this stripping this feminine essence and the softness, it's the same energy as biohacking, trying to optimize the body in a mechanical way rather than trusting its natural intelligence. Instead of nourishing the vitality of our skin, this approach feels like forcing it into submission, which is very masculine. It's very controlling and rigid. And we're trying to superimpose this pressure and urgency, which is rooted in these masculine ideals of competition and achievement, onto a feminine approach of trusting in natural rhythms and cycles. Instead of letting beauty unfold in this gorgeous, juicy way, it's being framed as something that you need to optimize before it's too late. Like it's a task rather than a ritual, totally removing the pleasure aspect of it all. And I also don't want to be misinterpreted. Do not get me wrong. I do think it's possible to have a smooth forehead naturally. I believe that how we hold attention, how we move our face, our circulation, hydration, overall health all show up in the skin. Wrinkles are not just random. They are a reflection of what's happening internally or posture, whatever it may be. The way that we live, how we're carrying stress, how we're breathing, this all imprints itself onto our face. But at the same time, I think the body positivity movement sometimes swings way too far in the other direction, acting like taking care of your appearance is shallow or that wrinkles don't have any connection to our overall well-being. I've talked about this before on the podcast. I don't love the term pro-aging, which has been like the response to anti-aging, because I feel like the term pro-aging is like bring on the degeneration. And I do think that when we bring all of these things together, our posture, our breathing, our tongue posture, this will reflect on our face in a positive way. There is beauty in embracing the natural shifts that happen over time. And I also believe in caring for your skin and your body in a way that helps you feel good and makes your time here in this human experience better. This is why I love facial massage. It's not about obsessing over every little line, or it shouldn't be, but it's also not about pretending that the way we care for ourselves doesn't matter. It's a way to soften tension patterns, to bring back circulation and movement, to create ease in muscles that, yes, can help smooth the 11s between your brows or release tightness that deepens certain lines, not because we're fighting aging, but because we're inviting more vitality into our face. And it's so funny thinking about this now. I've been massaging people's faces for almost 20 years, and I've been asked many, many times to create a course on how to do it at home. And when I finally sat down to do it, I caught myself wondering, is what I have to share marketable enough? Does it feel as flashy or hyped up as versions of facial massage that are being sold as the natural way to fit into this mold that we're all finding ourselves in, where we're kind of supposed to all look like each other? It feels like a Bratz doll. And as I was reflecting on all of this, it hit me that this practice was never meant to be about forcing your face into a mold. It's not about erasing expression or sculpting yourself into a trend. It's about bringing life and flow back into your skin. We're being sold this idea that beauty is about uniformity, but the kind of beauty that feels good to me comes from looking like yourself, but with more ease. I don't want to impose a mindset of control and perfection or external validation onto the most magical and intuitive way to care for yourself. So if this resonates with you, I would love to have you join my online self-care facial massage workshop. I am going to just do a shameless plug here. That's what keeps the podcast going, is me offering courses and selling skincare. So if you're interested in any of that, I've linked it in the show notes. And please be sure to hang out with me on Instagram and YouTube. This is where I share totally free face massage tutorials. And I would love if you would share this episode with a friend who might be interested. I will be back next week. And until then, be well. You've been listening to Skin, Earth, Vitality. If you like what you heard today, consider giving me a 5-star rating. It helps other people just like you to find the show. You can shop products and find all of my offerings on my website, stratumaesthetics.com, and follow me on my social channels at Stratum Aesthetics.